You check your phone 96 times a day, not for messages, for validation, for proof that you matter, for evidence that you're enough. And every time that notification doesn't come, every time that post doesn't get enough likes, every time someone doesn't text back, you feel it. That sinking feeling that maybe you're not as confident as you pretend to be. Here's what nobody wants to admit. Most confidence is performance. It's a mask you wear, hoping nobody notices how desperately you need their approval. You've been taught to fake it till you make it, to put on a brave face, to project strength you don't feel. But deep down, you know the truth. When you're alone at 3 a.m., when the performance ends, when nobody's watching, the doubt creeps back in. What if I told you that 2,000 years ago, a man discovered how to build confidence that doesn't depend on anyone else's opinion? Not fake confidence, not temporary confidence, the kind that survives rejection, failure, and complete isolation. Marcus Aurelius ruled the Roman Empire during its most chaotic period: plague, war, betrayal. Yet he maintained such unshakable confidence that his personal writings still transform lives today. These aren't motivational quotes. These are battle-tested strategies for building confidence from the inside out. And they work because they address the real problem nobody talks about. First, number 1. The control paradox. Why trying harder makes you weaker. You're exhausting yourself trying to control things that were never yours to control. Other people's opinions, future outcomes, past mistakes. Every ounce of energy you spend trying to control the uncontrollable is energy stolen from what you can control. Marcus Aurelius ruled over 50 million people, yet he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Think about that. The most powerful man in the world admitted he couldn't control most things, so what are you trying to control that even an emperor couldn't? Here's the paradox. The more you try to control, the less confident you become. Why? Because you're constantly failing at an impossible task. You can't make someone like you. You can't guarantee success. You can't change what happened yesterday. But you can control your next thought, your next action, your next response. Try this for one day. Before every decision, ask yourself, is this within my control? If yes, take action. If no, let it go. Watch how much mental energy you suddenly have available. That energy, that's where real confidence comes from. Number 2, the impermanence advantage. Why nothing lasting forever is good news. Everything you're worried about losing, you're going to lose it anyway. Your job, your relationships, your youth, your life. This isn't depressing, it's liberating. Because once you accept that everything is temporary, you stop clinging so desperately to outcomes. The Stoics called this memento mori. Remember, you must die. But it applies to everything. That presentation you're nervous about, temporary. That rejection you fear, temporary. That success you're chasing, also temporary. When you truly understand impermanence, pressure disappears. How can you fear losing something that was never permanent anyway? This isn't about not caring. It's about caring without clinging, loving without possessing, trying without attachment. When you accept impermanence, you become unstoppable because you've already accepted the worst-case scenario. Everything ends. And you're okay with that. Number 3, the worst-case liberation. Why your fears are smaller than you think. Right now, name your biggest fear about an upcoming situation. Got it? Now follow it to its logical conclusion. You fail the interview. Then what? You don't get the job. Then what? You have to keep looking. Then what? You find something else. Then what? Life goes on. The Stoics called this premeditatio malorum. premeditation of evils, not to manifest negativity, but to realize that even your worst-case scenarios are survivable. Seneca, one of Rome's richest men, would regularly practice poverty. He'd sleep on the floor, eat basic food, wear simple clothes, not as punishment, but as proof that losing everything wouldn't destroy him. What are you avoiding because you're afraid of failure? Now imagine you fail completely. Then what? You're embarrassed for a few weeks. You have to try again. That's it? That's what's stopping you. When you actually examine your fears, they shrink. When you prepare for the worst, you become fearless about everything else. Number 4, the virtue foundation. Why being good makes you unstoppable. Here's what modern self-help gets wrong. Confidence without character is just arrogance. The Stoics knew that real confidence comes from living aligned with your values, regardless of outcomes. Cato the Younger stood against Julius Caesar when everyone else bent the knee. He lost everything: power, position, eventually his life. But he never lost his confidence. Why? Because his confidence wasn't based on winning. It was based on doing what he believed was right. Every time you compromise your values for an easier path, you erode your confidence. Every time you choose integrity over convenience, you build it. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent with who you claim to be. When your actions match your values, you develop a confidence that external events can't touch. 5. The emotion mastery. Control your feelings before they control you. Your emotions are not your enemy, they're data. Anger tells you something feels unfair. Fear tells you something seems threatening. Sadness tells you something valuable was lost. The problem isn't having emotions, it's being controlled by them. Epictetus, born a slave, had every reason to be bitter, angry, desperate. Instead, he became known for his calm wisdom. How? He understood that between stimulus and response, there's a space. In that space lies your power to choose. Most people don't even know that space exists. They go straight from trigger to reaction, then wonder why they feel out of control. Next time you feel a strong emotion rising, pause. Just 3 seconds. Name the emotion. I'm feeling anger. Then ask, how do I want to respond? Not how do you feel like responding. How do you want to respond? This tiny pause changes everything. You're no longer a slave to your emotions. You're their master. Number 6, the process focus. Why caring less about results makes you win more. You're sabotaging your confidence by focusing on outcomes you can't control instead of processes you can. You can't control whether you get hired, but you can control how well you prepare. You can't control whether someone likes you, but you can control how you show up. Marcus Aurelius led military campaigns where thousands of lives depended on victory. His secret? He focused entirely on making the best decisions he could with available information, then accepted whatever outcome followed. He couldn't control whether battles were won, but he could control his strategy, preparation, and leadership. Stop measuring confidence by results. Measure it by effort. Did you do your best with what you knew at the time? Then you succeeded, regardless of outcome. This isn't lowering standards. It's being realistic about what's actually in your control. Number 7, the self-reliance revolution. Why you already have everything you need. Every time you seek external validation, you're admitting you're not enough on your own. Every time you need someone else's approval, you're giving them power over your confidence. The Stoics had a radical solution: need nothing from anyone. This doesn't mean isolation. It means completeness. Seneca wrote, "Every new thing excites the mind, but a mind that seeks truth turns from the new and seeks the old." He meant that everything you need for confidence, already exists within you. You don't need more followers, more money, more achievements. You need to recognize what you already have. Ask yourself, if everyone disappeared tomorrow, would you still respect yourself? If all external validation vanished, would you still know your worth? That's the ultimate test of confidence. Not whether others approve of you, but whether you approve of yourself. Here's the truth that changes everything. You've been looking for confidence in all the wrong places, in other people's opinions, in external achievements, in future successes. But confidence isn't something you find. It's something you build through daily practices, through aligned action, through accepting what you can't control and mastering what you can. The Stoics didn't have social media, but they dealt with the same fundamental challenge: how to maintain inner strength in a chaotic world. Their answer wasn't to fake confidence or manifest success. It was to build an unshakable foundation through wisdom, virtue, and self-reliance. Which of these principles challenges you most? Comment below and tell me which one you're going to practice this week. Not all 7, just one. Master one principle before moving to the next. If this video showed you a different way to think about confidence, subscribe for more content that goes beyond surface-level self-help. Next week, we're exploring why successful people feel empty inside, the achievement trap nobody talks about. You need to remember and remind yourself daily, you don't need anyone's permission to be confident. You don't need external validation to know your worth. You already have everything required for unshakable confidence. The question is, will you do the work to build it? The choice is yours.